G'day everybody, welcome to the Onpassive Team Australia YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in today. If anything has resonated with you, please click the subscribe button or contact us through our website onpassiveteamaustralia.com or get back to the person who showed you this video. Today I'm here with a very well-known voice out there in the Onpassive world. They have done dual service with the Army and Navy and are now retired. He's been happily married for 33 years and now has 3 grown children. And believe it or not, he is an author as well. So welcome to Jeffrey Morlock. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. What a pleasure. Are you kidding? I'm loving it.
We are so grateful to have you here today and to be talking about Onpassive. And I think we're going to be jumping straight into things and talking about how Onpassive is going to disrupt their market, or the internet market, just like other companies have done before them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Get ready. Get ready. When the book came out a long time ago, and it was actually very appropriately titled, The Paradigm Shift That Is Onpassive. That speaks, that disruption you're talking about speaks directly to the online paradigm, the online model that currently exists, because it's the companies out there now, they are used to the conventional methods. They're used to the conventional ways of doing things and putting things together. And a lot of that speaks to the products that you'll go to one company for a particular product, and then to make that product work fully, you'll have to go to another company and get another product, or you'll have to go, say, to Udemy. You have to get somehow to drive traffic to the 2 products that you just put together to make them work. And then you're going to have to go somewhere else to get perhaps an email marketing program or a contact manager, so that when you're actually doing your marketing, now you can track who is responding and how they're responding, and you can respond to their emails. The long story short is that conventional methods today are first based on competitive scenarios. Okay, they're based on competition, and it's usually the guy at the top that's getting most of the dollars. Secondarily, the products are not geared to work together. They are kind of piecemeal or mismatched, and you kind of hope they work together, and you can't get them all from the same place. And the manufacturers may or may not say, that you're going to get some sort of a guarantee and say, yeah, it'll do this, or it may work with that. Or so it's kind of a hodgepodge of putting a system together for your online marketers today. When you come with a new model like Onpassive is, it's based primarily and first with heart. And by that mean it's based on the idea that we're not being competitive with each other. We are based on cooperativeness, on a connectedness. We're based on cooperation and for mutual benefit. When we say that, what we're saying is all of the founders and everybody in Onpassive work for everybody else in Onpassive, and we all prosper. It's kind of like when I was in corporate, how we'd say, the rising tide lifts all ships. Well, we're all on this bay, and Onpassive is the bay. And as Onpassive grows, everybody in the bay gets lifted by it. So it's not like business today where the money funnels up usually to the top and you get a little bitty piece of it. If you work yourself silly, you may get something. Now it's all equally shared, and it's mutually beneficial for everybody within the company. That's one way that this is going to be a showstopper. It's simply because of the connectedness and the sharing of the profits, the way they do it. But the big thing that's really going to disrupt us all, or disrupt the online model that we're currently looking at, the conventional model, is that every product we've got has been built from the ground up by Onpassive. Every one of them we own. Every one of them have AI written by Onpassive. And again, I'll say it, we didn't invent AI, but we're writing our own AI, and it integrates every product that we have, which is now equal to about 50 different departments, each of which are a standalone business, and each of which we will have access to every one of them. And I love when you said a little bit ago, you know, that it's Kmart over there, it's Walmart over here. And Mr. DeGarmo out of Onpassive Nation uses Walmart as a very good example. And he says, you know, I may not like that brand of toothpaste, or I may not need a hairdryer. But when somebody goes to Walmart and purchases a hairdryer, if I own part of Walmart, I get a piece of that. Well, that's the same way with Onpassive, and that's the whole mental philosophy. And that's the big disruption factor, is that with all of our products under one roof in one place, all tied together, all owned by Onpassive, and as founders, as members, we all get a piece of that. No matter who's, you know, I may not need a webinar service, but those people that are paying for the webinar service, I'm getting a piece of that every month. I may not need to teach, you know, with a home education, you know, like a school at home program, but those people that do, I'm getting a piece of it. That's one of the huge things that makes us so different too, is that every one of our projects and products are all in one place under one roof. They're all integrated with AI, and the infrastructure is all totally digital. And we have brand new tech. It's brand new. It's fresh. It's new. It's not piecemeal. It's not put together like Zoom was when the guy left WebEx and jumped across the street and created Zoom, you know. It's not like that at all. It's all made to work together flawlessly, seamlessly, and it's all done with automation through AI, which is owned completely by Onpassive. This does not exist anywhere else in the world. That's what makes us so absolutely different, those two things. And the heart in it. I mean, the heart in it is just, man, when you think about Ash Mufareh and what Mr. Mufareh has done with this and opening it up to the world at a way that is so affordable for every single body. Doesn't matter what country you're in. We're in 200. We are global now as we speak. And it is so affordable, and you get so much value that it is phenomenal and it's unbelievable. And there's no company in the world that can compete with us or stay up with us. There's nothing like us that exists, period.
I totally agree, and I'm so excited for what's coming. And I guess similar to what you were saying with the Kmart Walmart thing, though, some people say that the products that we are saying that are coming are already out there. Oh, yeah. What's the difference with that? You know, obviously there's still a market.
Good point. Good question. Absolutely. Especially if you get some of these skeptics going, what's the big deal? We can already get these. No, you can't. But you are absolutely right. All of the digital, well, not all of them. We've got some that are pretty unique to Onpassive. But in a manner of speaking, when you talk about digital marketing and the online marketer, you're right. There are tons of products out there. And we're talking obviously about landing pages and funnels and contact managers and traffic generators. And we're talking about every little bitty nuance or product that anybody can squeak into your business to get a little more money out of you is already out there. Now, the big difference between what is there now and what is with Onpassive, first of all, is it's fresh, new, written tech. The software, the code was written by Onpassive for Onpassive, owned by Onpassive from the ground up. It is fresh, it is cutting edge, it is brand new, it is on the leading edge of thought. Every bit of this has been developed. On top of that, you've also got the I guess the AI portion of that, which is the total automation. So not only have you got every product out there plus some that aren't, we've got some new products that we haven't even talked about yet. That are all under the roof or the umbrella of Onpassive, and they are all integrated, they're connected, they're synchronized with the automation through the written AI that is also owned by Onpassive. So when you have 50 departments and they can seamlessly work together with each other flawlessly across several different platforms, that's going to beat the dickens out of anything you've got out there now today. I mean, absolutely. Things that we got out there today, I mean, you're lucky if they work half the time, much less all the time. And they weren't made to work together, not like what we've got here with Onpassive. So the products, even though they're currently out there, and some of the names may be similar. They are nowhere near up to the level that we are with the Onpassive products. There's nowhere near as many of them, and they are not under one roof, and they are not automated, and they are not geared specifically toward the membership of any product or that's being used by somebody. In other words, with Onpassive, the products and the compensation plan is geared toward everybody and all of the members within Onpassive. So all of the products together work toward the founderships, right? The members, the founders, the customers, working toward the people at the top and trying to make them wealthy. All the wealth that comes through Onpassive through all 50 departments are geared toward lifting humanity as a whole, so that we all prosper, even whether we use those particular products or not. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does. And thank you for explaining that. I'm going to throw it over to Nikita because I think she's got the next question.
Hi, Jeffrey. Quick question. Can you give us a little bit of background on why Onpassive has taken so long to get where we are today? For all the skeptics out there, oh, they're going to launch last year, they're going to do this and that. Can you do you have something to say about that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, as a matter of fact, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Very good question. It's a very good point, and you're spot on. It needs to be addressed. And we have actually tried to address that a couple of weeks ago. Specifically, I went out with a video. It's called MLMer's Paradise Onpassive. And it explains exactly what it is that we do and how we do it. But getting back to your original question, what has taken us so long is because when we first started this thing, it was much smaller. We had a very limited budget, 100K, I think Mr. Mufar was telling us. And the time frame, I know, Kevin, you had gotten in and said that it was like early, like August of 2018. I know I came in November. I was expecting to be launched by February of the following year. Well, as we can see, that didn't happen. And the reason simply is because we hit such a momentum and started growing so fast that we couldn't keep up with it. And we had to kind of pull all the brainiacs together, come up with a plan. And the plan was, we got to do things better, smarter, faster, sweeter, quicker. And so as that momentum grew and we went into several thousand founders, actually double digits by January, February of 2019, then they started upping the budget. They had to do a lot more with the GoFounders. The GoFounders platform was revamped. I'm thinking he said it was like 2 big ones, but like 5 little ones that they kept adding to and making it better. And the better GoFounders got, the more we grew. And the more we grew, the more strain it put on us. And it kept pushing out the launch date, because every time we got under a lot of strain, we would have to grow and come up with a new plan to take care of all of that momentum. Well, like Mr. Mufaro will tell you, he didn't get it right. Onpassive finally got it right about April of last year. And once they started implementing the new plan, which was then millions of dollars and bigger teams and a lot more products, there were specific developments that you can go back and you can see in the videos that I put out. There was one that was called The Journey Continues. It's condensed 2 years, and it talks about how we started and then what happened, and then what happened after that, and how we went from a handful of products to a product suite, to a smart business solution, to a digital ecosystem, to everywhere that we are, and how the money evolved. And that's why we have not been able to launch. It's been 2 years, and everybody's like, when? And we thought the soft launch was actually going to be, we were bated breath waiting for December, right? Well, and then last week we get this kind of, hang on, guys, we got something else going on here, where we are getting, but we learned last week, Mr. Mufar said, hey, we got some things going on that we're working on that we don't have to work on, but because we are who we are and we're doing the things the way that we do it and we're doing it right, we have an opportunity to be so above board that nobody will ever be able to question what we're doing. We will have the gold standard of certification or registration or whatever name you want to put on it. So we're not going to be doing the soft launch just yet. It's coming. It's imminent, but we're not doing it just yet. We're seeing how long this is going to take. And so they're working on one other thing to really pull this thing together so that we are above any kind of reproach at all. I mean, they'll be able to look at what they're going to have in hand and go, wow, wow. And we're going to be so transparent and so far above anybody that nobody will be able to look at us and say, oh, that's a scam or that's not true or anything. It's just, so we've got just a little bit longer. It's not much. It probably January we'll hit the soft launch. I mean, I don't know personally if it's 2 or 3 months from now. My heart and my hand is in with Ash Mufareh. If he says he's waiting, God bless him. I'm waiting with him because I want it to be as perfect as he does. But that's the reason why we haven't launched, is because we have, like, every 3 or 4 months, we've made radical changes and gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're not that little bitty mom pop, $100,000 90-day launch platform we expect it to be. Now we are a $1 billion platform, and we have 50 companies, 50 departments that can stand on their own. Okay. And when we launch, we are automatically in the billionaire realm, simply because of the amount of founders and the revenue is going to be generated. But again, we got rollouts after this that we're still not really even talking about yet. So I would encourage anybody wanting to know specifically and understanding, okay, if you're a skeptic, I get it. I are one, okay? I mean, really, I would encourage you, go look at those 2 videos, and I can send you the PowerPoints to anybody that wants them, Jackie or Nikita, on the Go Founders, the journey, or the Go Founders continues, or any of those videos. I can send you the PowerPoints on them, but I would encourage any skeptic out there, look at those and understand the timeline, and you will start to see why it's taken us so long to get to where we thought we were going to be a lot sooner.
Why is Onpassive the new model for marketing?
Are you kidding? Oh, I love that one. Because we are global. We are lifting up humanity, and it is for humanity that we're doing this. That's why we're the new model. We've got everything under one roof. It's all tied together seamlessly. It's all geared toward lifting humanity and lifting up our own positions in humanity. It's going to have such a trickle-down effect that any founder, any member that's involved with Onpassive will have hardly any choice at all but then to help people around them, because they're going to be earning and they're going to be much more successful, and that success is going to be guaranteed, and they're going to be a lot happier, and as a result, they're going to have more. And the big thing is, and this is one of the things we really try to stress, is when you and I and our friends have enough for themselves, the spillover goes to those around us that don't have enough, and that's what Onpassive is. That's where the heart of Onpassive is, right there, lifting up humanity and getting us all to understand that we are all connected, whether we to believe that or not, or whether we believe the old science that said life is based on competition. No, it's not. It's based on connectedness and working together and mutual benefit. And that's exactly why we are the new paradigm. We are the very first company pulling this together and making this happen at a global scale. And I will guarantee you, just like Uber or Airbnb or just like Netflix or just like Big Box or any other billion-dollar company that set their own voice out there, made their own way and changed that niche, just like Netflix changed the movie industry, we're changing. Online marketing is our thing. We're changing it. We are the new model, just like Netflix was the new model, just like Uber's the new model. We're the new model. We're moving in. And I'm telling you what, we are going to change the world, and we're going to make it better and happier and nicer. And it's going to be a lot nicer place to live, and people are going to be happy. I mean, think about this. We've got people in Palestine, right, in the same company as people in Iran and Saudi Arabia. And I mean, we're global. And we're all founders in the same company, and we're all sharing the same products, and we're sharing the same message. I mean, boy, when you get Corinne talking about unity, maybe this is it. That's why we're the new model. We are.
So we're talking about the new model business there. How does Onpassive suit not just people who already have a business, but those who are new to Onpassive and don't have a business before them. So Onpassive will be their business, so to speak.
Do you know that is a very good, that one scenario that you just mentioned, people that do not know, and I'm lumping in people that don't understand online marketing in there as well. People that are like, I don't even know what that is. Another reason that we're a differentiator, another reason that we are going to be the new online marketing model. You don't have to know anything about marketing or anything. Every one of our products, all 50 departments, have to do with online. So if you are a blogger, you're going to have a reason to come to us because we're going to be able to make your blog better. If you are a at-home teacher or even a university teacher, or if you're a manager in this, or if you're somebody that does your own movies, or if you're somebody that wants to take your business to the next level and give it an online front, all these people have a reason to come to Onpassive, every one of them. If you're an 8-year-old, you can come to Onpassive. Well, your parents can come to Onpassive for things for their children. If for whatever reason, any reason at all that you can think of that you can go online for anything, you will have a reason to come to Onpassive. You don't have to understand marketing. You don't have to have an online business. As a matter of fact, if you've never done marketing before, you can do marketing through the marketing of Onpassive's products as a customer and or reseller. And that can be your business, and it'll be totally automated, and you will be reselling the products that people use that are marketers. So it doesn't matter. The beauty of this is market cap. We have a whole world for a market cap. We have 4.75 billion people on the internet. Every one of the people that go for the internet for any reason whatsoever have a reason to come to Onpassive, whatever it's for. I mean, think of a reason you go online and we'll have a way to make it better for you. And not only that, but we can tie that, whatever you're interested in, into 50 other departments we've got, which is literally an abbreviation of the online model, all in itself underneath of the umbrella of Onpassive. So when you say, gee, how about the guy that doesn't know marketing or doesn't have a business, come on board. We've got something for you too, and we can make you very successful.
Can I just ask, which is the best product that you are excited about, the most excited about, and what you are looking forward to?
Oh man, a lot. We got so many good ones. I got to say the OConnect. The OConnect has me jazzed up because I have friends and family that, I mean, think about that. OConnect. I mean, Zoom charges 10,000, for 10,000 people on Zoom, they charge like $6,500 a month. When you connect with what we've got with Onpassive, that one product, that one department, and you say for much less than 1/10 of that cost, you can go from 5 people to 500,000 people is unlimited. I mean, that to me is a no-brainer. You know how many people that's going to connect? Man, worldwide, we're going to have people. That just blows me away to have a platform that you don't have to download anything. If you got an internet connection, if you got an internet connection, it works on that connection. You don't download any apps. There's no mobile apps. There's no PC apps. You go to the internet and jump on and you're good. That in itself is going to save so much grief just on burning up your resources of your PC, But OConnect would be my favorite. Now, if you're in management and you've got a business to run, you're probably going to like the human resources platform, If you're an educator, you're going to like the education platform. We've just got so much. It's really hard to pick any one, but I'd have to say OConnect for me is by far the biggest one I'm excited about, simply because it's going to save so much people, so much money, and so much time, and it's going to run so much better, and it's going to sync absolutely perfectly with everything else we've got. It's going to save them tons of money. I love that.
That's great. So it's going to help everybody, who don't use, like the elderly who struggle with online things, this is
Absolutely,
going to be easy
absolutely.
for
And
them.
and you bring up a good point. Every one of the products that OnPassive has, when you're in those products and you're using them, there's going to be an icon or a logo or a chat. There's going to be something always on every page that will give you, and I don't mean to imply anybody's an idiot, but I'm saying it idiot proof. This is such a plug and play, easily usable system and so fresh and so clean that it will just outperform anything else out there, period, because it's all brand new and it's all integrated. And you're absolutely right. I have got people that I know, elderly, especially elderly. I got a brother-in-law that refuses to turn a computer on simply because he gets confused. That's going to be a thing of the past. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and it's going to blow them away, and they're going to go, wow, look at what we've been missing. And I'm going to say, well, you were missing it because it wasn't available. Now it is. And that's OnPassive.
And also, Ash has already sort of 5 years ahead, already sort of forward thought and updated. And
OnPassive, you're absolutely right. I know that he has said 5. I tend to say 3 to 5 just because I always undergrad things kind of. But as far as the market is concerned and the technology, OnPassive is absolutely 3 to 5 years ahead of the market as it is now. So once we launch, these guys are going to be playing catch up. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to, after a year or so, and it probably won't even be that long, but you'll have some pop-up businesses that are imitators. That's what I'll say. They are low rent imitators, or they will be low rent. Just like anytime anybody pops out with, I think, Jackie, you were saying, with the jeans in Walmart, as soon as they come out with a brand name, somebody's going to come out with that lesser quality one. And this is another thing that we'll be doing. We're setting the standard. We will be the trendsetter. So as soon as we do launch, you can believe people are going to be, they are going to be stumbling over themselves trying to get out there and be next or try to do what we're doing, because we're just going to be taking market share left and right with such ease, because there's nothing like us. So you're absolutely right. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
I think Kevin had a question as well.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I'd like to get back to the CEO, Ash Mafare. You've spoken to him on the phone and got to know him pretty well. What's so special about Ash? I know what's special about him, but just give us your views, please.
I'm going to have to take you back to when I first joined, back in November of 2018, Kevin. I actually signed up as a founder because I wanted more information. And the only way to get it was to get into the GoFounders platform and see what was going on. And when I did that, and I listened to Ash Mufara on that first webinar that I listened to, my first 5 minutes listening to him was like, who is this guy? Obviously, he's not a speaker. But within 10 minutes, he had me hooked. And I sat there and listened to him. And his heart, oh my goodness, his heart came through so clear and so strong that this is what he wanted to do. And this is the vision of OnPassive. And it wasn't about making a buck. It wasn't about trying to see who was going to compete and take the market share. It was about helping those who cannot help themselves and lifting up the 97% of the people. And I was one of them that couldn't seem to make a good living. I couldn't make any kind of living online. I'd been trying for a couple of years and I had some success. But man, when I listened to this guy, I was in awe, and it was his heart. It is where he's coming from here and where he's coming from here that really made the difference for me and made me understand this is why it's going to be a new model, because this is the way the world is going, because we are all connected and we are all supposed to be mutually benefiting one another, and we can all do this with the right mindset. And he has the vision, he had the time, and he had the resources to pull it all together, and this is where he's going to go. And I remember distinctly on a phone call with him early on, and I said, Ash, let me ask you this. What is your vision for Onpassive. He said, wow, that's big. I said, well, do me a favor, jot down your thoughts and send them to me. When you see the vision statement as it's written, I took what he sent me and I put it into that statement and I sent it back. And he said, bam, you nailed it. And that became our vision. And that is it. And one of the greatest things I see in there is that it's having an economic impact globally as a global stimulus package. Now, if you can get that, if you can understand what that means and what he's saying, it's literally, we are throwing all of this stimulus globally into everything and everybody and everything that is Onpassive to lift people up, not to make them sweat over a 40-hour work week, and not to be able to stand next to their boss and say, gee, Jeffrey, you've been working so hard and so good. And, if you continue to work like that, I can keep the house on the hill. No, the house on the hill is for the founder and for the member and for the customer and for the people in Onpassive. And Onpassive wants all of us to have more than we need so that we can then start giving to those people around us in our own communities, in our own homes, in our own states, in our own nations, so that we can lift up the entire globe. And that's what makes it different. And it's all coming from Ashmufar's heart. And I am a staunch believer that this is happening. It's happening in spades, and it's all because he has had the resources, the vision, and he's got the will to make this happen. And by golly, my hat is off to him. I love the man. That's what makes him different, his heart.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. We all love Ash and his vision, and myself in particular, I really love the heart behind it, and that, uplifting the community as well as ourselves. I think, there's a lot to Onpassive that others don't see, and I'm very excited for the space that we're in moving forward. We are going to wrap it up there, I think. It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate it. And I hope I haven't gone off the deep end with you, but boy, I'll get excited about this. This is great stuff. Thank you.